Bright Duty. Every student matters.
Hello dear students, welcome to another lecture. In this class we are going to continue with chapter 12 of class 11 Education Nagaland Board, which is the methods of statistics, or rather the introduction to statistics. Now in the previous lecture we talked about the meaning of statistics, we discussed the importance, the functions of statistics, as well as the collection, the methods of collecting data. In this class, we are going to talk about how the method is presented. So, the presentation of data. The first method of presenting the data is with the help of tabulation. Now, as the name suggests, the word tabulation is basically derived from the word table. So, tabulation is that method in which the numerical data is arranged, is presented in the form of a table. What does the table have? It has proper rows, it has proper columns. This is what the data will have. A table is something like this. The number of rows that you need, the number of columns on the basis of the information you have to present. So that is what tabulation is. So tabulation helps you to simplify the complex data, and this way it is very easy to compare. Now a table consists of a table number. There always should be a table number for reference. You must have seen this in all your books, whatever book of science or mathematics or anything that has a table, you will always see a table number beneath that, because that is how you refer to it. Referring to table number 12.1, 12.2, 12.3, so on and so forth. Next, the table should always have a title. What is the table all about? Okay. For example, the wages of the employees, the population of the year 2020, 21, and so on and so on. So the table, the title of the table should have less words, but what is the table about and what is the period for the data that you have presented, it should necessarily be written. As I said, population in the bracket 2020, 20. So table number, title, then we have the captions and the subheadings. Headings and the subheadings basically. So headings and the subheadings are given to the columns. Now first of all, the students actually get confused in the columns and rows. This horizontal is column. Okay. And this vertical is row. So, headings and subheadings are given to the columns and they are known as captions. So, the headings or the subheadings which are given to the columns, they are known as captions. And subheadings which are given to the rows are known as subs. So, whatever heading or subheading you will give to your column, you will call it a caption. And whatever heading or subheading you will give to a row, you will call that a sub. So this is the third part of the table. Next we have the body of the table. Whatever numerical information has to be presented by you, that is the body of the table. Then comes the head note. Head note, if there is anything extra, any additional information that you want to give about the title that you have written, you give a head note. Head means it is written on the top. So we have two head notes. We have the footnote. Foot means which is given at the bottom. We give a footnote with signs such as asterisk or hash. Footnote is given when there is some extra or some additional information that you want to give about some particular row or some particular column. So whatever column you wish to give an extra information, you will put an asterisk or a hash there. And at the bottom also you will put a hash or an asterisk there. So that would mean that both the data are, simultaneous. There is a connection between them. In the table comes the source, where the data has been obtained from. What is the source from where you've obtained the data? Now there are two types of tables. First is the reference or the general table, as the name suggests. Reference or general table is that which simply is made out of the intention of presenting the statistical material. Whatever is the number, whatever are the numbers which you have, you simply present them. So that is basically a storehouse of information, because whatever numbers you had, you have simply presented that in the reference or the general table. The second type of the table is a summary table, as the name suggests. Summary tables are small in size and they are used to compare the things or to establish a relationship between them. For example, as you can see, marks scored by 20 students of class 11th in economics out of 100. So there is an annual exam, maximum marks is 100, class 11, and 20 students, their marks are given to you. So their original scores were, these were their original scores. Okay. As you can see, there is an asterisk over here and there is another sign over here. Asterisk means the highest score and this sign means the lowest. So what did we do? This is a table. We know the table number is given to us. The title of the table is given to us. This is the head note, the information, extra information, the body of the table, and these two are the footnotes. So this is what the table is. Now we have to first calculate. Whenever the table is given to you, you have to calculate the range. What is the range? The highest score minus the lowest score plus 1. This is the formula for calculating the range. And we are going to calculate the range only in case of a table. Okay? The range is equals to the highest score. Here, to make it simple, there was an asterisk which was given alongside the highest score. But other than that also, I'm sure finding out the highest number and the lowest number is not something which is very difficult. So highest score minus the lowest score plus. Now the data which we saw above, this is ungrouped, as you can see. All the numbers are just scattered, right? We don't have any specific grouping that has been made. It is a very rough, very scattered data. Now, if we have to group the data, we have to tabulate the data. We do it using the tally. Now, what are the steps for tabulating the data? First thing that we need to tabulate the data is the number and the size of the group. Okay? 5 to 10, 0 to 20, 10 to 20. So this is the size. To keep things simple, we usually keep the size, the class size, to be 5 or 10 or 15, because by this the calculation becomes very simple. But if just make sure whenever you are tabulating the data, the classes should be made by you in such a manner that the tally marks opposite to them should be maximum 15, not more than that. Otherwise, if the frequency is very high, it will become very difficult for you to arrange it graphically, which will be the next step, right? So first, you will decide the number or the size of the group. So in the first column, you are going to make a class interval. Second, you will make tally bar. I will straight away move and tell you how do we make the tally bar. Okay. Now, here as you can see, just observe it. I will do it for you. They've made the class intervals. 85 to 89, 80 to 84, 75 to 79, 70 to 74, 65 to 69 and 60 to 60. Okay, so 60, they began from 60 to 64, 65 to 69, 70 to 74, 75 to 79, 80 to 84 and 85 to 80. Now what do we do? How do we get these tally marks? Just look at the numbers that you have. Here, you can see what is the first number? 70, right? Where will this 70 fall? In which column will 70 fall? Here, 70 to 74, obviously we'll have 70 here, so you put one tally. What is the next number that we are given with? The next number, so the next number that you were given with was 86. 86 is the next number. Now let us see where will 86 fall. So 86 will fall in this 85 to 89 column. So I put another tally mark over here. Now let us look at the third number. What was the third number? The third number was with 86. The third number was 77. And next was 86 again. So 77 and 86. 77, where will I put 77? Where will it lie? Between 75 to 79. So 77. And next was again 86. So 80. This way, you will just keep on putting the tally mark. As soon as you complete 4 tally marks. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We never put the 5th tally mark parallel. We cross it. This is the method. Okay. This crossing means 5. If by chance there would have been more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how the tally marks are to be put. After you have put the tally marks, what will you do now? Calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4. My frequency is 4. This is 5 straight away. This is 5 plus 1 extra. So 6. Next 70 to 74 is just one tally mark. So 1. 65 to 69, 2. So 2. 60 to 64, 2. And so this is how we prepare, how we tabulate the data. And just by looking at the data now, you can see about the performance of the students. You can see that 2 students scored between 60 to 64. 2 students scored between 65 to 69. 1 student scored between 70 to 74. Then 6 students scored between 75 to 79. 5 students scored between 80 to 84 and 4 students scored between 85 to 80. So this is how we read the table, and you see it was so easy for you to compare. So the first column of your table is going to be the class interval. The second column is going to be your tally mark, and third column is going to be your frequency. And you yourself saw giving a table number was important. Without that, you will not be able to get it. There's another question, another solved example in front of you. Marks scored by 25 students of class 11 in English, and the ungrouped data is given to you. Again, the highest score and the lowest score is here, so I can calculate the range. Range is the highest minus the lowest. Sorry, it is 1 plus 1. So this cancels out. My range is 20. I know the range now. I have to tabulate the data. The highest was 27. I'm really sorry, I wrote it 21. It is 27. Now, if we have to tabulate the data, again, we have a table number that we have to give. First column is class interval. So you have arranged that in the class interval. 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29. You put the tally mark as we've taught you. This means 5, this means 5. And now you calculate the frequency. So 3 students scored between 25 to 29. 3 students scored between 20 to 24. 5 students scored between 15 to 19 and 7 students scored between 10 to. I'll tell you one more trick to cross check that the tally marks and the frequency that you've calculated is correct. The question will always tell you the number of students for which the data is given. 25 students. So this is the data of 25 students. These are 25 numbers. My frequency should always total the number of students. This total should be 25. This is how, if the number comes out to be 25, this is how you're going to know that the frequency that you have calculated since here, as I told you, see, that it is correct. Alright, so this is how we tabulate the data.